Hey y'all, welcome to Guitar Idol Commentary. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com, coming to you with your no frills American Idol commentary from a singer. I ain't gonna play around too much because it was a 2-hour show. There was a lot of people that went through. I tried to catch as many as I could to let you know what happened. So let me tell you. We started in Detroit, Michigan with folks going into the chamber and the voiceovers of what it feels like. And it was all kinds of crazy. They were like, oh, I feel like this is the beginning of blah, blah, this, that, and the other. You have to watch it to get all the feel for it. Then they rolled the credits and we started out for performances on day one in Detroit auditions. Lynn, 24, did Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. She had a nice indie look and a good personality and played her guitar. Then Keith asked for something else without the guitar. And she sang Etta Jade's I'd Rather Go Blind and had a lot of power and emotion. 3 absolutely yeses, and Keith said a bit of artistry from her. Julian Miller was up next, 16, Who Did That to You by John Legend, and he had his guitar and had a nice vibe and solid delivery and got a ticket to Hollywood. Then Olivia Diamond, Samantha Fertwengler, and Primeau got the collage treatment. You know, 3 of them came in together. They were flashing back and forth, and they was performing and the judges were talking to them. 2 of them went through to Hollywood, 1 did not. Samantha did not. I think they just couldn't pronounce her name. That's why because she sounded fine to me. All 3 of them sounded good, but I think they were like, I don't know if I want to say that name all season, so they sent her home. I don't know if that's the truth, y'all, but that's just what I'm thinking. Malaya Watson was up next. She's 15. She did Ain't No Way by Aretha Franklin. And she got all loose and lost into the song and had really surprising fullness to her voice. It was just, for such a young girl, it was coming from a deep, powerful place. J-Lo said it was pure and real, and she got a ticket to Hollywood. Then Bryan was up, 29. He did So Small by Keri Underwood. And he brought his guitar and was so grounded and had a nice sweet timbre to his country sounding vocal. I felt he was doing a great job relating the story, and the song sounded like he made it his own. Harry said it was a confident, easy performance and called him Superman. He was like, he said, bring your cape to Hollywood with you. Just gave the whole thing away. If I gave everything away for you, make sure to thumb it up and let me know. Thumb it up. Let me know that you are enjoying the commentaries. I appreciate your thumbs. Khristian Davis did Saving All My Love for You by Whitney Houston. And I'm laughing because she had this accent, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. She's in a band, and I thought she was gonna be good, but she started out breathy and changed keys several times. And the church time she was singing, I was like, "What key is this song in? Oh my God, what's going on?" It just was not good. All right, so she got a yes from J-Lo, and then a no from Keith, and she was begging and stuff, and that accent went boop. She became real like, oh, I know, I'm going to try real hard. And this lost the accent altogether. And Harry noticed it, right? And he was like, but I'm going to give you a chance. So he gave her a yes, and she went through. And I wrote, what? She changed keys several times in the song. I don't believe they put her through, but I guess they were being a little easy because it was early in the night. And she's very, very, very pretty, okay? Yeah. All right. We're going to see what happens with her in Hollywood if she gets any more time. But she was just, that was a mess. Jena Asciutto, like prosciutto, Asciutto, I think, right? She's 17. She did Rollin in the Deep by Adele. And she had a pretty big, powerful voice, but it was just a little disjointed for me, the way she was breaking it up and stuff. And she choked at one point. You know, it got really just like boom, a whole full glottal like stop. Harry stopped her and talked about a little vocal production problem she has. She got 3 yeses to go to Hollywood, and they were saying she's going to be interesting to watch. And then we had Melanie Porras. She was 19. She did Fever, a standard. She had a nice little pace with this and had a good rasp to her sound. Kind of reminded me of one of the previous top 5 performers in another season. Let me know if you know who I'm talking about. I'll tell you at the end of this. And I liked her. Then they asked for something else, and she immediately knew what she was going to do and just launched into it. I really, really liked that. She did one in Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi, and she did it a cappella. And she got 3 yeses to go through, and she reminded me of Haley Reinhart. Did you get that feeling from her? After a lunch break, Harry got up to sing while J-Lo went to the bathroom. and Keith judged him. They were playing around a little bit. And it was kind of funny. He sang the Star Spangled Banner while Keith stood up and told him no and then autographed his ankle. It was a nice little segment, kind of a little fun between the judges. Liam Newberry, 18, did The Way You Look Tonight by Frank Sinatra, and he had a good enough voice, though I thought he was a little smiley and not really feeling, you know, the song and the lyrics when he started. But he got better and more into the words as he went along. Keith said he was missing sexiness, while Harry told him to forget everything they ever told him in musical theater. He asked him, did you do musical theater? He's like, yeah. And he's like, forget everything they ever told you. He got 3 no's, didn't make it through. He thought that he should have. He just wasn't ready. I didn't think he was ready either. Jade Lathan was 20. She did You Know I'm No Good by Amy Winehouse. And she really had a lot of swagger for such a young girl. Gave herself time, and just did a great job. I liked her sound and the way she hit the notes and how she tried to make it her own. The judges also seemed to love her and gave her 3 yeses to go to Hollywood. We came out of commercial to hear Sarah Scherb, 19, singing, and her voice was ringing out clear and precise. She got 3 yeses, and Harry got off a funny job at J-Lo about Delta Lena because her father works for Delta, and you know, no smoking. Yeah, and talking about her not ever flying commercial and all that good stuff, so she wouldn't know anything about that. That was kind of nice, a funny moment. Sydney Adderbridge did Loving You by Minnie Riperton, and she was a little shaky to start, but had a nice vibe, and we were all waiting. The judges and me, and probably you guys too, waiting for that high whistle tone on the song, and she nailed it perfectly. Really nice girl. Harry said there's a lot of talent there, and she went to Hollywood. Maurice Townsend was 26. He did So High by John Legend. And he started out and kind of sounded like John. Then they cut to his 4 kids outside the room. J-Lo was mouthing the words along with him when he came back, while Keith was rooting him on like he was leading the devotional in church. He's like, yes, go ahead, Harry said it was a really good performance. Not audition, performance. And they said he's the one that should have recorded that song, like under their breath while he was going to get his kids. And they had his son tell him he's going to Hollywood. That finished out the first hour. So day 2 started out in Detroit, and J-Lo was late, so they were kind of making fun of her, talking about her and Ryan Seacrest basically being the divas, which they are. David Willis was the first to perform. He was 22. He did Too Close by Alex Clare. And he was on the show last year and came back to try to make it past Vegas this time because he was voted off. And all the people were on Twitter talking about it was Nicki Minaj's fault that he left. So we hope that he's going to make it a little further this time. I loved his attack on the guitar. He created a really good vibe and matched it well with his vocal. J-Lo talked about his tone and presence. He got 3 yeses after some great comments from the judges. And after they left, Harry said he's born to play and sing, but he doesn't think he's going to win. Ooh, wow. Okay, what do you think? Rakita and Carlita Coolidge were next. They were 19. They were twins. They did Listen by Beyonce together. And they sang... they were way off key and out of tune and screechy and screamy, and just the judges' faces while they were trying to sing were very funny, and Harry was the worst. He was just, I can't even do it right now, but you gotta watch the clip because they were just poke babies. Blake Solis was 22. He got sent home. He didn't make it through. Brandy Neely was 18, did Wanted by Hunter Hayes. And she auditioned before, and J-Lo remembered her. I don't remember her. Do you remember her? I loved what she was doing with this song. It had a lot of dynamic and emotion and took my ear and face away from the keyboard. Because, you know, I'm watching and I'm typing and I'm watching. And I just had to just stop and just watch her because it was just really riveting to me. Keith said he loved it. She got 2 yeses. J-Lo was on the fence because of this sound that she has going on that she's not sure if she likes or not. Ethan Harris was 20. He did You'll Think of Me by Keith Urban. And he made a pretty good drawing of Keith that I was like, whoa, he had him autographed, but it looked really nice. I was like, this boy got some talent. He had a good voice also. He was a little mousy, but he had a lot of potential and was very relatable and honest. He got 3 yeses to go through to Hollywood. Leah Guerrero was 21. Zach Day was 19. Symphony Howlett was 24, and they all got a collage thing going through, and they all made it through. Zach did some nice turns that had my ear perking up in there. I don't, you know, they just were cutting back and forth between each of them as they were singing and doing the commentary and stuff. So, yeah, we get to see more of them in Hollywood. Then Ayla Stackhouse, 17, did Wings by Little Mix. And she had a great personality, you know, even from like the beginning when they were doing a little pre-roll, and her spirit and a wonderful sense of rhythm with a nice voice. And she was just shining, just beaming while she was performing. So much power and command of her dynamics. Harry said she had star potential, as did J-Lo, and she got 3 yeses to go through. And I was looking at her like, I think I got my winner. Oh my God, I hope she makes it a long way. What did you think? Eric Gordon was 27. He did Perfectly Lonely by John Mayer, and he had a pretty good voice and sang a cappella. I liked his vibe and his precision while he was singing. Keith stopped him a little early. J-Lo said the groove and his sense of rhythm was there, and he got 3 yeses. Xavier Calvillo, or Villo, I don't know, was doing pretty good, but the judges didn't seem to be feeling him. He got 3 no's, and he kept begging for another chance, and it was terrible because Harry was saying, please, God, leave with your dignity. But he just kept, just another chance, just one more chance. Oh my God. Ryan Nisbet was 24. He did Angel by Sarah McLachlan. And he had something really rough going on. But he fiercely attempted quite a few things that were nice, nice nuances I wrote. I like the natural tone of his voice, though I didn't feel like his performance was that great. He got 3 yeses to go through. And later we found out that he had a cold. And Keith said he's going all the way. Do you think so? He had a very good look, and I thought he had a very nice natural tone. I just thought that there was something not great about his performance. So we'll see if he's better when he doesn't have a cold. Mariala Sellers, 17, did Grenade by Bruno Mars. We saw her as the very first audition of the show, so they are pimping her mad hard. And I can see why, because she has a really great personality, plays several instruments, and gave a killer audition. Of course, she went to Hollywood. We know that already from the very first clip, but she is definitely one to watch. 40 golden tickets went out from Detroit, and tomorrow night we are in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, I'm suffering right now, and I wasn't suffering earlier. I don't know what's going on. All this stuff is coming up. Okay, this is Robert Anton, robertanton.com. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Make sure to thumb it up, to pass it around to your friends. You know, let people know that we are here discussing American Idol. It will get more in-depth as we go along. Make sure to check out some of my other commentaries, some of my videos, my So You Want to Be a Singer series, and also my original songs are here on YouTube. I really appreciate you coming to spend some time with me. I'm out. Peace.